Many of you have asked for ideas on how to decorate the inside of a card. With the new birthday greeting stamp set and some of your favorite focal images, you can coordinate the outside and inside of a birthday card with ease. Let me show you the tools and products you need to do this project. First, you're going to need some stamps, and I chose some focal image stamps from the new Hello Sunshine Stamp TV kit. Then I have two of the greetings from the birthday greetings set. I have one for the outside, and then I have this little greeting for the inside. Then you're going to need some ink, and I'm going to use the new Memento Love Letter, it's a beautiful red ink, and some of the Memento Tuxedo Black ink. What I like about this Love Letter ink is it does coordinate really nicely with our new Carnival red cardstock, so it's a really pretty color. Now you're going to need some cardstock and pattern papers. What I have here is some cardstock from the new Hello Sunshine Stamp TV kit. I have the white in the 120-pound weight, so that's my card base. Then I have some Carnival red, and I actually adhered a piece of the white layering weight to a piece of the Carnival red, and that's going to be one of my panels. Then I have one of the pattern papers from the Hello Sunshine Stamp TV kit, and you can also get this as a pattern paper pack. And I adhered this to a piece of our layering weight black onyx that only comes in the kit right now. Then I have two other little pieces here that I cut out from my scraps from my Hello Sunshine pattern paper pack. It's the red polka dot, and I mounted that onto some of the 80-pound layering weight black. But if you only have the heavy base weight black, you can certainly use that as well. Now I have a marker here, and this is the Love Letter marker, and then I have a little bit of adhesive. Now I have a panel that I put together with some white layering weight cardstock and then a piece of black cardstock behind it. And I'm going to start with the tall flowers, one of the tall flower elements from the Hello Sunshine kit. And I'm going to ink that up with some of this Love Letter ink. Now, I want to do a technique where I stamp off because I want this particular ink to be very, very soft. Although that's a beautiful red and it does coordinate, I still want it to be a little bit more transparent. So I'm going to stamp off a couple of times, and even though it won't match the red, it will be a lighter version of the red, so it will still coordinate. But now I've let this dry, so I'm going to re-ink it again. Talking too much. All right, and I'm going to stamp it off once, and then I'm going to stamp it right onto my panel. And that gives me a lighter version that still looks really pretty with the Carnival red from the pattern paper here and also the cardstock. Now I want to highlight the little dots here that are in this image using the Love Letter marker. So this way I can get some of that darker red in there too. So I'm just going to color in those little centers of these larger flowers. There, so now I have a little bit more of a bright red. Now I want to stamp my greeting right on top of this flower element. And that's the reason why I stamped off first, because I want you to be able to read the greeting and just have that flower image kind of soft in the background. So I'm going to use some Tuxedo Black for that, and I'm going to ink up this greeting. And then I'm going to stamp it right over the stems, like that. So there's my little focal image for my card. Now it's time to do something fun to the inside of the card, and then I'll assemble the entire project. Here's my panel that I made. It uses the 80-pound layering weight white and the Carnival red. And this panel is going to sit right inside of my 120-pound base weight card base. Isn't that nice? It just kind of frames the whole inside of the card. Now, just like I stamped off for my initial focal image, I'm going to stamp off this leaf image, but I'm really going to make it pale. I'm going to stamp it off twice so that I get a really, really soft coordinating pink. So I'm going to stamp it here, and then stamp it again, and now I'm going to stamp it right in the center, like that. And you can see how nice and soft that is. It's still nice and solid. I'll have you zoom in a little bit there. It's still nice and solid. However, it's just a little bit softer. There's the stamped off once color. You can see the difference. Now I'm going to use some of the tuxedo black, and I'm going to stamp my inside greeting right on top. And what's nice about the clear stamps is you can see to stamp it nice and straight. And that's going to go right on top there. Put a little bit of pressure, and there is the inside of my card. And I like to kind of do that right in the center, so this way I can write the person's name up top, and I can put a little personal message down here, so I still have a little room for a handwritten part of my card. Now let's let this dry for a second, and I'll assemble the front of the card first. Now I have these little scraps in my scrap box, so I made these little rectangle panels that I'm going to put one on each corner here. Just spaced out a little bit, about a 1/4 inch in, maybe a little more from the bottom, and then the same thing on the top here. I'm going to come in like that. So those are my first two panels. I think I have this one on a little bit crooked, so let me just shift that. There we go. And now this panel is going to sit right on top like that. So I'm going to tape mostly down here and then a little bit up here so that it sticks right to those top panels. And I think I'll move that over just a hair. Get it fairly even. The dots help. If you can cut your little panels so that the dots are even on both, then you can kind of line it up between the 3 rows here and the 3 rows there of dots, and then the top and the bottom. So now this whole panel is going to go onto the front of my card base. I'll drop that on to my card. And now I'm going to place that inside panel right on the inside of my card. And what's nice about our Carnival collection and our Calypso collection is because they are layering weight cardstock, your card doesn't get too bulky or too heavy, even with these layers on the inside. And there's the inside. So birthday wishes, and then inside it says, "Hope your birthday brings you a special kind of happiness and leaves you with the nicest kind of memories." Let's turn that over. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and stay tuned for more ideas on decorating the insides of your cards, coming soon to Stamp TV.